Hello students, today in this lecture we are going to discuss about differentiability. Okay, so as we know in the last class we have discussed about continuity of the function. Okay, and we have learnt where function is defined. Okay, and the LHL, RHL, these all things we have discussed. Okay, so continuity of the given function based on three conditions there. Okay, so as we discussed, first of all, function must be defined at x equal to a, at x equal that given particular limit, and LHL equal to RHL, left hand limit equals to right hand limit, and third condition, limiting value of the function equals to functional value. Okay, so limit extends to a, f of x equal to f of a, right? So whenever function is continuous, there LHL equal to RHL, and we have also discussed that removable discontinuity and irremovable discontinuity also we have discussed in the previous lecture. So now in this lecture we are going to discuss about differentiability. Okay, so what do you mean by differentiability, and what is the condition for what is the condition we have to prove to show the given function as differentiable? Okay, so these all things we are going to discuss, but before that, first of all, let us try to find out the meaning of differentiability. Okay, so when can you, first of all, let us recall previous concept. Just will go back to the previous topic like continuity. So what do you mean by continuity of the given function? So what is the general meaning of continuity of the given function? What do you mean by continuity? So whenever curve passes on its path, so without lifting your pen, without any gap, without any break, okay, so that is said to be continuous. Okay, so whenever graph or curve passes on its way without any gap, without any jump, okay, without any break, okay, so that is known as continuous curve, simply we can. Okay, so now what do you mean by differentiability? Okay, so differentiability means, for example, one curve if we are going to take. Okay, now, so can you draw one tangent for this? Yes. So we can draw a tangent for this, right? So now this curve is said to be differentiable because it has a unique tangent and it has no corner points. Okay, so roughly if we speak about differentiability, so what do you mean by when can you say one function is differentiable? Whenever it has no corner points and having unique tangent, means finite slope. Okay, it must have one and only one slope, finite slope, and it must have a unique tangent at one particular point. Okay, so that is the meaning of differentiability of the function. Okay, so now tell me, when can you say one function is said to be continuous? So whenever it does not have any corner points and has a unique tangent. Correct? That means finite slope at each and every point on that curve. For example, if I take this graph, okay, so x-axis, y-axis, okay, origin, and similarly, so if you go for taking, so one more graph there, okay, so 0, x-axis and y-axis. If you observe these two diagrams, okay, so are these differentiable? So if you observe first diagram, so this is y equal mod x, correct? So what is the function here? Y equal mod x. So y equal x is this, y equal minus x is this, correct or not? So y equal mod x, graph of y equal mod x will be in the shape of V. Okay, so now, so this is having one corner point. See here origin is the corner point for this graph, correct or not? So is it differentiable? No, correct? Now similarly, if you observe this graph, see this function, see y equal to f of x will take. Okay, so this curve is having one vertical tangent. So whenever tangent is vertical, so what is slope there? Slope is infinite, slope is undefined, correct or not? Slope is infinity here. So that means, so here infinite slope we can write. So it has infinite slope Okay, so m is undefined, so it is not differentiable. Similarly, if you observe this graph also, y equal mod x, it has one corner point at the origin. Okay, so it has, there is a corner point, there is a corner point at the origin, there is a corner point at the origin. So now tell me, so what do you mean by differentiability of a function? A function is said to be differentiable simply if it does not has any corner points and has a finite slope, means it has a unique tangent. So whenever that curve, that function has a unique tangent, so obviously it has a finite slope. For example, if you see this curve, this is differentiable because we are able to draw one particular tangent and we are going to get one particular slope for that curve at one particular point P. Okay, this is tangent. Clear? So like that. So roughly, if you discuss, so what do you mean by differentiability of the function? A function is said to be differentiable, okay, if its graph has no corner points and has a unique tangent, means finite slope at every point of that curve. Okay, clear? This is the rough idea about differentiability. Okay, so now we'll go for theoretical definition of differentiability. Okay, means mathematical definition of differentiability we are going to see now. So here let us go for definition of differentiability now. So what is mathematical definition of differentiability will be going to see here. Definition. Okay, so for example, a real valued function y equal to f of x is said to be differentiable, is said to be differentiable okay, at some point there. Okay, so and there is a point C at some point. Okay, and there is a point C in its domain, point C in its domain, there is a point C in its domain, and the condition, what is that? So f dash of C equals to limit x tends to a, okay, f of x minus f of C by x minus C. Okay, so f dash of C equals to limit x tends to C, f of x minus f of C by x minus C. So this exists. Okay, so this exists. When can we say this condition exists? Okay, when can we say this condition exists? Whenever its LHD equal to RHD, means left hand derivation equals to right hand derivation. So what is LHD here? So this is said to be continuous if LHD equals to RHD. What is the condition of LHD there? So limit x tends to C minus, correct or not? So C minus f of x minus f of C by x minus C equals to limit x tends to C plus f of x minus f of C by x minus C. This is general condition actually. So now let us go for the main condition of LHD and RHD here. Generally, how can we find LHL and RHL here? For finding LHL, we'll take C minus some quantity which is tending to 0, some quantity h. Here also C plus h we can substitute there. Okay. Now let us substitute C minus h here. So whenever you convert into h tends to 0. So f of C minus h minus f of C. Here also in place of x we can write C minus h. So minus C get cancelled here. So here also limit h tends to 0. In place of x, what do you substitute here? C plus h. C plus some quantity. Okay. Some quantity below C. Correct. So here C plus h. C get cancelled here. That means, so what is the main condition of LHD and RHD? left hand derivative and right hand derivative. Limit h tends to 0, f of c minus h minus f of c by minus h. So this is left hand derivative of one function. And what is right hand derivative? So limit h tends to 0, f of c plus h minus f of c by h. So this is the main condition for differentiability of a function. Okay, so when can you say one function is differentiable? See, one function is said to be differentiable and there is a point. At one point in its domain we are going to take. At that point we are going to check whether that function is differentiable or not. Okay, at x equals c, suppose in its domain we are taking. So at that point x equals c, we are going to check whether that function is differentiable or not. Okay, so when can you say that is differentiable and this condition exists? Whenever it's LHD equal to RHD, left hand derivative equals to right hand derivative. So what is left hand derivative here? Limit h tends to 0, f of c minus h minus f of c by minus h equals to limit h tends to 0, f of c plus h minus f of c by h. Okay, so this condition we are going to prove graphically also. Okay, so we are going to prove graphically also for the meaning of differentiability. As we discussed, differentiability means, derivative means it's a slope of tangent. It is a slope of tangent. Whenever you are able to draw one particular tangent, one unique tangent for the given curve, okay, so then only we are going to get one particular slope. So at that point only we are going to get slope, means derivative is going to exist, means it is going to be differentiable. Okay, that we'll see graphically also. First of all, just have a look at that. So this condition we are going to prove graphically also. So after that we'll be going to solve some problems of IIT from this chapter differentiability. Clear? Actually when you go for competitive side, so problems will be very easy from this chapter differentiability. Just it is enough to simplify the function. First of all you have to redefine the function or rewrite the function. Then we'll go for check LHD, RHD both are equal or not. So finding LHD, RHD and just we are going to see whether both are equal or not. So those are going to be checked. Okay, for competitive side. Clear? Just have a look at that. So we'll be going to prove this graphically. Now, so let us see the concept of LHD and RHD graphically. Okay, so let us take x-axis and y-axis here. Okay, x-axis and y-axis. Okay, so let me take one graph. Okay, right. So let me take this as y equal to f of x. Okay, so now let me take at where you are going to check whether that function is differentiable or not. At x equals c. Let me take one point c here. Okay, c, and let me take image on this curve. Okay, what is image of c? Generally f of c, correct? So can I write this point as c comma f of c? Correct? So after that, let me take some quantity more than c, that is h, c plus h. So I am taking RHL of that point. Hope you can understand. Okay, so I am going to prove LHD, RHD, left hand derivative and right hand derivative. So let me take some quantity here. Okay, so that is c plus h. So now here this will be c plus h comma f of c plus h and image of that, correct or not? C plus h comma f of c plus h, that I can take it as b suppose. Now let me take, in the same way, let me take some quantity backside of c. Okay, some quantity h less than c, correct? C minus h. Let me take image of c minus h also on the same curve. Okay, so how can I take that point? C minus h comma f of c minus h. So that is the point A I can take, correct? So let me explain once again. So this is the image of LHD. This is the image of RHD. Okay, this is the point P, right? So now this is the point A, C minus H comma f of C minus H, and this point is C comma f of C, and this point is C plus H comma f of C plus H. Okay, so now you tell me, whenever this H is tending to 0, correct? So whenever H is tending to 0, okay, so whenever H is tending to 0, so this left side value will be coincide with C, correct? So then this point reaches to P, correct? Right? Now, so if I take a AP line, see AP1 line, AP1 chord there. Now similarly, let me take PB chord, correct? So AP1 chord, PB1 chord. So what is slope of AP, you tell me? What is slope of AP, correct? So what is slope of AP? I can take C here. C here, f of C minus H, okay? F of C minus H minus f of C by C minus H minus C. So what did I write? So I am going to find slope of AP, slope of A point, P point, y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1. What is slope of one line segment? y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1. So y2 minus y1 by, anyway, y1 minus y2 also we can. F of C minus H minus f of C by C minus H minus C. So this is the slope of AP, correct or not? Now let me take slope of PB, okay? So what can I write there? There also y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1, slope of this line segment, that chord, okay? So f of C plus H minus f of C by C plus H minus C. C get cancelled. Here what would you get? Slope of PB. Now tell me, whenever H tending to 0, whenever H value tending to 0, this C minus H reaches to P. Similarly, this C plus H also reaches to P. That means P, the points P, A, B will coincide at one point. Then only tangent can be drawn. Okay. So if you draw one tangent, okay, so then drawing of tangent is possible. Whenever P, A, B coincide, then we'll be able to draw one tangent through P. Correct or not? So that means when that is possible, whenever limit extends to 0, when this value, this point A and this point B coincide with P, means whenever this slope will be equal, because now AP, PB both will not be two different line segments, both will be same. That is the meaning. Okay. Then AP line segment, PB line segment, both will not be two different line segments, so both will coincide. So we'll have one and only one line segment when this one equal this one. Okay. Whenever slopes of these are equal, so all remain a single line. Correct or not? That means this is LHD, this is RHD. When that is going to be possible, limit extends to 0. That means whenever limit extends to 0, f of C minus H minus f of C by minus H equals to, here also limit extends to 0, f of C plus H minus f of C by H. That's it. So this is LHD and this is RHD. Whenever both are equal, okay, then PA line segment, PB line segment both will be equal. Then we are going to get one and only one point P. PAB, all points will coincide and we'll be able to draw one line segment which is a tangent for that curve. Then only, so tangent is possible, we are going to get a finite slope at that point P. Okay, so this is all going to happen when LHD equal to RHD. Then only we can say that curve, means every curve is a function. Function is said to be differentiable if LHD equal to RHD. Clear? So this is graphical interference of this LHD, left hand derivative and right hand derivative, okay, of differentiability of a function. Clear? Just have a look at that. Now we'll be going to solve some problems of IIT from this chapter differentiability. Okay, so let us see what is the difficulty level of those. Okay, just remember these LHD, RHD formulas which are very important while solving problems. Okay. Now see here. So question number 1 in this chapter, f of x equals to 3x square minus 4 root x plus 1 for x less than 1. Ax plus b for x greater than or equals to 1. So this is the given function, right? Now which was given it as continuous and differentiable both at x equal to 1, then find the values of a and b. Clear? Now tell me, just recall continuity of the given function. What do you mean by continuous? LHL equal to RHL, correct? First of all, we'll see LHL equal to RHL because it was given already as continuous. So LHL equal to RHL we need to equate, and differentiable means left hand derivative equals to right hand derivative. LHD equal to RHD, that also both we need to equate, so that we are going to get the value of a and b, right? Now, so let us go for continuity of the given function. First of all, let us check LHL equal to RHL, right? So LHL equal to RHL, first of all we'll see. It's very simple. Substitute 1 in this and 1 in this and equate both. Put 1 there. So 3 into 1 minus 4 plus 1. Here also put 1, a plus b. So from this what do we get? A plus b equals to 0. Correct? So 3 plus 1, 4, 4 minus 4, 0. Correct? Now let us go for differentiability of the given function. It was also given as differentiable. So LHD equal to RHD. Okay. So now let me see differentiability. Okay. Now LHD equal to RHD. Right. So now how can I write f dash of 1 minus, correct or no? So simply we no need to go for using that discuss condition every time, okay, because here function was easy to derivate and substitute the limit. Now you derivate and substitute the limit, okay. So f dash of 1 minus equals to f dash of 1 plus, that's it, simple. F dash of 1 minus means 1 minus first function, derivate that and substitute 1, simple. And f dash of 1 plus more than 1, take second function, derivate, okay, and substitute 1. Now derivate this one, left side 3x square 6x, derivation of root x 1 by 2 root x, okay. Now derivation of constant 0, okay. So for this we have to substitute 1. Now for this 1 plus, so derivate this one a, correct. Now substitute 1, there is nothing to substitute 1 in place of x, there is no x term, okay. Now here put 1, so 2 2's are 6 minus 2, okay, 2 2's are, okay. So a, what do you get a value? A value 4. Whenever a value 4, from this condition a plus b equals 0, b value minus 4. Clear? It's very easy to solve. Clear? So which of the following options are correct? Option 3, right? Take a note of that. Now see here question number 2. F of x equals to step x greatest integer function plus root of fractional part of x, x less than 1, okay. Now here 1 by step x plus fractional part of x whole square for x greater than or equals to 1, okay. So as we discussed before about step function, greatest integer step function or greatest integer function, and fractional part function also we have discussed, okay. So first of all, so what is the domain and range of step function? Domain is R, range is integer set, okay. And similarly For fractional part function, what is the domain? R, and range 0 to close interval 0 to open interval 1, from 0 below 1, correct? So now first of all, let us rewrite this function with respect to those limits. First, x less than 1. X less than 1 means, can I take 0.99 change, correct? So step of 0 point something, it will become 0, correct? So that means, so this will become 0, and root of fraction part of x, anyway this is 0, right? So step of 0 point change 0. Now fractional part of 0 point change, fractional part of 0.9, what happens? Fractional part of 0.9, so 0.9 minus step of 0.9, so what will you get? Again 0.9, 0.9 minus step of 0.9, 0, 0.9 minus 0, 0.9 means that value back, inside value back for 0 point change, means inside value is what? X, that x back, so root x, I can write x less than 1. Hope you have understood. Less than 1 means 0 point change. 0 point change if you substitute in place of fractional part, so 0 point anything, 0 point that thing minus step of 0 point that thing 0. So again we will get that inside term back. So that term I wrote back. Okay. Now this one, x greater than or equals to 1. Now if you substitute 1 change, okay, for example 1.2, step of 1.2, step of 1 change 1, so 1 by 1 plus, okay. Now step x, so step of 1 change, so what happens? See here, step of 1 change, for example 1.2, so what do you get? 1.2 minus step of 1.2, so 1.2 minus step of 1.2, 1, 1.2 minus 1, 0.2, correct? 0.2 means 1.2 minus 1 only, that value minus 1 less, correct? So 1.2 minus 1, 1.2 minus 1, so like that if you substitute 2 point change, okay, 2 point change minus 2, if you substitute 3 point change, 3 point change minus 3, like that for fractional part function. Here 1 point change, 1 point change minus 1 means here what is inside function? X, x minus 1, x minus 1 whole square, correct? So here x greater than or equals to 1. So like that we can redefine the function. Clear? So here 1 change value means 1 change minus 1. So here whatever we have, that value minus 1 whole square as it is I wrote. So now it is very easy to check for continuity and differentiability also. Continuity means, so just substitute LHL, RHL, fatafat, substitute 1 here. Okay, what is LHL? 1. So what is RHL here? Here also, if you substitute 1 in this, 1 minus 1, 0, 1 by 1 plus 0, 1. So it is continuous only, right? So it is continuous, correct? Even that is equal to function value also, f of 1. F of 1 also if you put 1 directly, that is also 1. So LHL equal to RHL equal to function value also. So it is equal to f of 1 also. If you substitute 1 directly also, that will be equal, correct? So it is continuous. Now let us go for checking differentiability. Okay. So for differentiability, LHD, RHD will check. LHD, RHD. Okay. So we no need to apply formulas every time. Okay. Wherever needed, there we can apply. Here LHD means, can you derivate this? Is it possible to derivate? Yes. Root x. So 1 by 2 root x. Simple. And derivate, substitute that limit 1. Here also derivating this will be difficult. If you feel derivation of this as difficult, then go through the formula. Okay, what is that formula? Limit h tends to 0 f of c plus h. What is c there? Limit 1 plus h minus f of 1 by h. So this one we can apply according to formula we can. So here it was possible to derivate, but here for derivation takes time. So we can go through the formula anyway, right? So here 1 by 2 will get, but here f of 1 plus h, f of 1, substitute 1 plus h here, 1 plus h, 1 cancel, so 1 by 1 plus h square. Here if I substitute 1 plus h minus 1 cancel, h square. So now minus f of 1, what is f of 1 directly? If you substitute 1, so by h, okay, limit h tends to 0. Now if you take LCM, 1 plus h square there, 1 cancel, so limit h tends to 0. Now 1 minus 1 cancel, minus h square by h into 1 plus h square. So 1h cancel here. So now whenever you substitute h value 0, it will be 0. But here LHD 1 by 2, RHD is 0. So both are not equal. So it is not differentiable. It is continuous, but it's not differentiable. Okay, so which option is correct here? Option C. Clear? Make a note of it. Now, look at this question number 3. If f is an even function, what do you mean by even function? F of minus x equal to f of x. Similarly, f of minus h equal to f of h, like that. So, f is an even function such that this limit h tends to 0, f of h minus f of 0 by h has some finite non-zero value, then which of the following is correct? Okay, so now see here, first of all, since what was given, f is an even function, whenever f is even function, what can write condition? F of minus x equal to f of x. Okay, and we are going to meet with f of minus h also in the middle. F of minus h also can be replaced by f of h in future, correct or not? Now if you observe this, is it LHL or RHL? If you observe, it is RHL, correct or not? See here. So RHD. So now limit h tends to 0. So how can write RHD at x equals 0? F of 0 plus h minus f of 0 by h. So is it same as this? Correct? Is it same as this? Correct or not? Now what was given? This has some finite non-zero value. Let me take this as k. Suppose this is a finite non-zero value. Let me take this value. Let me take its value as k. Now let us go for LHD. Let us go for finding LHD now. So limit h tends to 0, f of 0 minus h minus f of 0 by minus h. So this is the condition of LHD as we know. Now if you see f of minus h what can write? F of h, correct? So this minus I am writing outside, limit h tends to 0, f of h minus f of 0 by h. Okay, see here, this minus I wrote outside, f of minus h we can write as f of h. Okay, so is it same as given thing? Means this thing RHD, this is RHD. So how to take this value? K. So this will be minus k, correct? So whenever this part RHD is k and minus of k, correct or not? Are both equal? No. So is this differentiable? No. But both are having finite value. So it can be continuous, but it cannot be differentiable. That is important point. Okay, both are finite values only as it was given. Whenever function is having both finite value, without knowing, until you know the value of k, okay, so we cannot declare it as discontinuous. Okay, so both are having finite value. It is continuous, but it is not differentiable. LHD not equals to RHD. Clear? So it is continuous but not differentiable at x equal to 0. Clear? So both are having finite value. So that is the reason this is continuous, but both are not equal. Okay, so those are equal in value but signs are different. So LHD not equal to RHD, so it is not differentiable but continuous. Clear? Make a note of it. Now, so let us look at this problem. Question number 4. Let f of x be a differentiable function for real x. So it is differentiable for all the values of x, for all real values, right? Such that f dash of x greater than 0 on minus infinity to minus 4. Real values means minus infinity plus infinity. So in that minus infinity to minus 4, f dash of x greater than 0. Minus 4 to 6, f dash of x less than 0. And f dash of x greater than 0 on 6 to infinity. Okay. If g of x equals to f of 10 minus 2x, then the value of g dash of 2. So from this, what can understand g dash of 2 means? We have to find g dash of x. After finding g dash of x, we will substitute 2. Okay. So that's what we can understand from this. But what about the remaining thing which was given in the question? See, if you observe different questions for a competitive side, see, most of the questions are not difficult as we look at, as we feel, right? So most of the problems are not difficult but different, right? Just we need to understand the simple logic in that given question to solve that problem. See, it's very easy, right? So as we know, f dash of x greater than 0 means f of x is increasing. Function is increasing minus infinity to minus 4. Correct? So function is increasing minus infinity to minus 4. After that, f dash of x less than 0. Less than 0, minus 4 to minus 6. Okay. Again, 6 to infinity it is going to raise. Correct? Right? That means minus 4 is not included here. What does it mean? F dash of minus 4 is 0. So whenever function is neither increasing nor decreasing, means whenever function is neither increasing nor decreasing at one particular value, means at that value function is 0. The function derivation is 0. Whenever function derivation is 0, okay, so that is neither increasing nor decreasing, means it is a flat. Correct? So it is a horizontal line, right? Anyway, so now here first of all, let us derive this. G dash of x equals to f dash of same thing. Again, if you derive inside function, minus 2. Clear? So now, so g dash of 2 we are going to find out. So g dash of 2, let us find. Okay, what will we get? So minus 2 into, right, f dash of, so if you substitute 2 there, f dash of 6. See, f dash of 6 means, is there any 6 included there? See, f dash of x less than 0 on minus 4 to 6. What about 6? At 6, f dash of x is 0. Means f dash of 6 is 0. Correct or not? So that means, since f dash of x less than 0 on minus 4 to 6. 6 open interval. Okay. At minus 4, at 6, that is 0. Okay. So, and f dash of x greater than 0 on 6 to infinity. That means, what is the nature of this function, this derivation at x equal to 6? 0. Correct or not? So, f dash of 6 equal to 0. Just substitute that value in this. Okay. So, what do we get? G dash of 2 equal to 0. Is it difficult? Very easy. Correct? So, G dash of 2 equal to 0. Because f dash of 6 is also 0. 0 and everything 0. So, option A is correct. Very easy. Right? Make a note of it. Now, let us see this function f of x equal to x square minus of modulus x square minus 1 and 2 into modulus of modulus x minus 1 plus 2 into mod x minus 7. Okay. So here what are the options given? Continuous but not differentiable at all x belongs to R, and continuous and differentiable at x belongs to R, neither of them, and function does not exist. Okay. So now let us see It's very easy. See, first of all, if you observe, is this polynomial function or not? Yes. So modulus function is everywhere. This expression, this polynomial function consists of modulus functions. Modulus function is always continuous only. So this is a polynomial function. Finally, we are going to get some expression. Okay, some expression in terms of x square. Okay, so it is a polynomial function and its derivatives. So obviously every polynomial function is continuous only. Okay, there is nothing difficult to say this function is continuous. So clearly f is continuous. It is polynomial function. Okay, so f is a continuous function because every polynomial function is continuous only. Correct? It is also polynomial function with respect to plus minus. Anyway, so now we'll go for rewriting this function to check whether it is differentiable or not. Okay, so now where can we check here? At x equal to -1 we can check, right? So -1 to 0 we can, and 0 to 1 and more than 1 we can take. Okay, see here, let me take below -1 because at 1 or -1 will be 0. Okay, now below -1. After that, -1 to 0 I am going to take -1 to 0. After that, 0 to 1. Okay, 0 to 1. So after that, more than or equals to 1. Correct? So now see, x less than -1. Whenever x value below -1. Okay, so this was, is there any change in this? No, x square only. Okay, what can I write? Right, f of x equals to, so here x square minus of, here also if you substitute anything square only, right? So that is positive only, positive of x square minus 1, and here 2 into, here also modulus of x is minus x, so minus x minus 1 I can write. Okay, so minus x minus 1 I can write. So plus here 2 into minus x minus 2x, correct or no? So minus 2x minus 7 because mod x is minus x for negative values. Clear? Now we'll go for this function, right? Now here, so -1 to 0. -1 to 0 means, so minus 0 point change. So minus 0 point change, there is no change in this also square. Anything square is positive only. So what can I write? X square minus, so this one reverse I can write because that is minus of. Okay, because minus 0 point something, it will be 0 point something, 0 point something minus 1 negative. So negative means reverse I can write 1 minus x square means minus of x square minus 1. Okay, so now minus of 1 minus x square we can write. So plus 2 into x plus 1. Okay, so minus 1 less than or equal to x less than 0 here. Okay, so 2 into x plus 1 minus 2x minus 7. Correct? So in this 0 to 1, 0 change, it will be positive only. There is no change. X square minus of same 1 minus x square plus 2 into 1 minus x plus plus 2x minus 7 because 0 point change positive only. Mod x is plus x only. Now x greater than or equals to 1, positive only. So I can write as it is. So with plus only all. X square minus of x square minus 1 plus 2 into x minus 1 plus 2x minus 7. Okay, clear? So at these intervals we wrote. Now if we simplify these, we'll get, so minus 4x minus 8 for x less than minus 1, first one. So now 2x square minus 6 minus 1 less than or equal to x less than 0. Now if you simplify this one, now we'll get 2x square minus 6 same. Okay, so that is for 0 less than or equal to x less than 1, and x greater than or equals to 1. So this is 4x minus 8. Okay, so this is our function Okay, now if you find derivative, now we are going to check whether it is differentiable or not. Already it was continuous. We are going to check whether it is differentiable or not. Okay, so differentiable or not we are going to check, right? So at where you can check whether it is differentiable or not? At x equal -1, by taking these two we can check. By taking these two we can check at x equals 0. By taking these two also we can check at x equal 1. It's very simple. At x equals to -1 if you check, so what will you get? See, I'm going to write f of x equals to -4, right? I'm derivating and substituting -1 there. If you derivate this, what will you get? -4. Just I'm going to derivate f dash of x. Now here also derivate that one. So what will you get? So 2 into 2x, 4x. Now derivate this also, 4x. And derivate this also, 4. Correct? So x greater than or equals to 1. Now 0 less than or equal to x less than 1. Now -1 less than or equal to x less than 0. And first one x less than -1. Now tell me, is that differentiable at x equal to -1? At x equal to -1 means what is LHD? -4. What is RHD? This one, substitute -1 there. Because at x equal to -1 you are going to check. After derivating, substitute -1. Because you are going to check at x equal to -1. So -4, same. At x equal to -1 it is differentiable. Similarly, at x equal to 0, 0 below, 0 above. So here also put 0, 0. Put 0, 0. At 0 also it is differentiable. LHD equal to RHD. Now finally, lastly, we are going to check at x equal to 1. 1 below, 1 above. So here put 1, 4. Here already 4. So that means f of x is continuous for all x belongs to R. So therefore f of x is differentiable for all x. Differentiable for all x belongs to R. Correct? For all means just we can check at these points only. At these points it was already differentiable. That means at every point it is differentiable we can say. So which option is correct here? Continuous and differentiable also, option B. Continuous and differentiable both. Okay? For all values. So you must be careful in simplifying this only. It's very easy actually. So modulus function we have to, in case of modulus function only we have to write the function properly. Modulus of x square minus 1, modulus of mod x minus 1, modulus of x. Okay. After simplifying only we'll be able to derivate that each and every function at those limits. Now finally we are going to substitute the values and check whether LHD equal to RHD or not. Left hand derivative equals to right hand derivative. We are going to check. Clear? Hope you have understood. Make a note of it. Now let us look at this question. Question number 6. If f of x equals to modulus of x minus 1 into step x minus of step of minus x. Okay. So now we are going to check whether this function is continuous or not, differentiable or not at x equal to 1. If you observe the options, at x equal to 1 only we are going to check. Okay. Now if you see, this is modulus function, so obviously it is continuous. Correct or not? That we know, right? Modulus function is always continuous. Okay. So now this one, so it is not continuous because step function is graph looks like steps. Okay. So step function always breaks for every integers. Okay. So it is going to cut for every integers. So that means it is not continuous function. So non-continuous. Okay. But anyway, product of one continuous, one discontinuous. So we can treat it as a continuous function only. Okay. So therefore f of x is continuous at x equals to 1. Okay. So one thing is proved. Now we are going to check whether this function is differentiable or not. Okay. So how can you check whether that function is differentiable or not? First of all, let us simplify this function. Let us rewrite this function everything is there only. Okay, in simplifying the given function, then only we'll be going to check LHD, RHD. So finally both are equal or not, we are going to check. Okay, so now, so let me take that function f of x equals to, okay, so x is less than 1, I'm going to check x equals to 1, x greater than 1. Clear? X is less than 1. X is less than 1 means 0 point change. So 0 point change minus 1, negative or not? Okay, so what can write? Minus of x minus 1. So 1 minus x I can write. Clear? So below 1 means 0 point change. 0 point change minus 1, negative. Negative means minus of this term. So minus of x minus 1. So 1 minus x. And here, so 0 change step 0. Okay, minus. So again 0 change, minus 0 change. So minus 1. So minus of minus 1. Okay, clear? So here minus 0 point change, minus 1. This value is minus 1. Already minus of minus 1 I wrote clearly. Now x equal to 1. If you substitute x equal to 1 directly, 1 minus 1 0, 0 to everything 0. So there is no confusion. Now x greater than 1. X greater than 1 means 1 change. So if you 1 change minus 1, positive or negative? 1 change minus 1. 1.5 minus 1 suppose. Positive. So x minus 1 we can write. Okay. Here 1 change step 1 minus 1 change step minus 1.5 step minus 2. So here minus 2. Clear? That means let me rewrite. So here minus of minus plus. So 1 minus x for x less than 1. Now x equal to 1, 0. Add here 1 plus 2, 3 into x minus 1 for x greater than 1. So this is our function. So let us check whether it is differentiable or not. It's very easy. So differentiable means, so this is LHD, left hand side derivation, derivate it and substitute 1. Here also RHD, derivate this, substitute 1. Okay, if you derivate, see f dash of 1 minus f dash of 1 plus LHD at x equal to 1, RHD at x equal to 1. So 1 below. So this function, derivate this one. If you derivate this one, what do you get? Minus 1. Okay, obviously it is not equal, right, to this one. Now here, derivate this one. 3 into 1 minus 0, 3. So both are not equal. So it is not differentiable. It's very easy to check whether that function is differentiable or not after rewriting that function properly. That is important. Here you must be careful in taking functions for different values. Okay, x less than 1, x greater than 1, x equal to 1. So taking given function is important. Okay, so after that it will be easy to check whether the function is continuous or not and differentiable or not. Differentiability of the function is very easy. Okay, so which option is correct here? Function is continuous but not differentiable. Clear? So option D is correct. Okay, so just we are going to rewrite the function before going to check whether that function is differentiable or not, and we are going to find LHD, left hand derivative, right hand derivative. So finally both are not equal. It is not differentiable. Clear? So hope you have understood, right? Make a note of it. Now see this question. Number of points where function f of x is defined as f from 0 to 2 pi, means one complete rotation, right? So 0 to 2 pi tends to real number set. So codomain is real number set and the domain is 0 to 2 pi. In one rotation only we are going to take angles. Okay, so like that, how many possible angles will get, means number of points we are going to find out which satisfy this function where it is non-differentiable. Correct? So generally most of the functions, most of the problems looks difficult from the outlook, okay, but whenever you go forward to solve that, it will be very easy, okay. So just everything will become easy just by practice, okay. See here, generally if function is given in terms of x, then limits will be x less than 1 by 2, x greater than or equals to 1 by root 2, like that will be given. Because so if you are given x greater than 1 by 2, x less than 1 by 2, function also must be in terms of x. Similarly, y greater than 1 by 2, y less than 1 by 2, one function in terms of y. Y greater than 1 by 2 also one function in terms of y only. Here also function was given in terms of cos x or sin x. Cos x. So those limits also should be written in the form of modulus of cos x, so that this function will be easy to check whether this is differentiable or not. Okay. So now let us rewrite this function. See here, f of x equals to see 3 minus modulus of cos x minus 1 by root 2, 2 plus modulus of cos x plus 1 by root 2. See here, whenever modulus of sin x less than 1 by root 2, that means modulus of cos x greater than or equals to 1 by root 2. Reverse of this, correct? So modulus of cos x greater than or equals to 1 by root 2 here. Okay, greater than 1 by root 2, and here modulus of cos x less than or equals to 1 by root 2. Just reverse of this, correct or not? Whenever modulus of sin x greater than or equals to 1 by root 2, and if you take cos x, it will be less than or equals to, quite opposite, correct or not? Here also if it is less than, if you take cos x, that will be greater than 1 by root 2. That's it. Because function is given in modulus of cos x, limits also must be in modulus of cos x. Okay. So at where you are going to check this function is differentiable or not, modulus of cos x equal to 1 by 2. Like x greater than something, x less than something. So x equals to something you are going to check. At x equals something you are going to check whether it is differentiable or not. Here also in place of x, what do you have? Modulus of cos x. Function also in terms of modulus of cos x, correct? So now, so here let us rewrite this function 3 minus, anyway greater than 1 by 2 it is positive only, so minus of cos x. So this is positive only, this is positive means bracket of cos x minus 1 by root 2, minus outside, multiply inside, plus 1 by root 2. Here also 2 plus this function also positive only, plus 1 by root 2. Okay, so modulus of cos x greater than 1 by root 2. Here modulus of cos x less than or equals to 1 by root 2. Okay, so now we are going to check whether this function is already this function was given as discontinuous, sorry, non-differentiable. Okay, it is non-differentiable already given. Okay, so that means, so clearly by this what can you say? Is it continuous first? Is it continuous? No. So below 1 by 2 some function, above 1 by 2 one function, both cannot be equal. So it is clear that f of x is discontinuous. Okay, so f of x is discontinuous. Whenever function is continuous, it cannot be differentiable, correct? So discontinuous at where modulus of cos x equals to 1 by root 2. So this is very important here. Modulus of cos x equal to 1 by root 2 only. It is not continuous, means it is not differentiable at modulus of cos x equal to 1 by root 2. Now you tell me, for example, modulus of x equal to, what does mean? X equal to plus or minus 2, correct or not? Whenever modulus of x equal to, x equal plus 2 or minus 2. Here also modulus of cos x equals to 1 by root 2. That means modulus of cos x equals to plus 1 by root 2 or minus 1 by root 2, correct or not? So we are going to write all possible angles within this one rotation. Now you tell me, in first quadrant, where will you get 1 by root 2 for cos x? Where will you get 1 by root 2? Pi by 4, correct? Pi by 4. Okay. In second quadrant means pi minus that pi by 4. Okay. So pi minus that pi by 4. Clear? After that third quadrant, pi plus that pi by 4. Pi plus pi by 4. Because plus 1 by root 2 or minus 1 by root 2, both can be valid. Now fourth quadrant, 2 pi minus. So 2 pi minus pi by 4. Okay. So that means how many possible angles we got? 4. Correct? So what are those? Pi by 4, pi by 4, 3 pi by 4, correct? 5 pi by 4 and 7 pi by 4. Clear? So these are the possible points where function is discontinuous or non-differentiable. Not continuous, not differentiable. So how many points like that? We had 4. So which of the following options is correct here? Option B. So hope you have understood. So whenever function is in terms of one variable, that limit also must be in that term only. That's why I converted from modulus of sin x to modulus of cos x, so that this will be very easy. Okay. So hope you have understood. In the next video, we will be going to discuss some more problems. Okay. So hope you have understood about modulus functions and step functions, fractional part functions, because concept of these different functions are very important. Okay. So everything is there in conversion function only. Okay. So rearrangement of given function only important. So after that, finding differentiability of the given function is very easy. To checking given function is differentiable or not. Finding left hand derivative, right hand derivative will be very easy. The only thing you must be careful in rearranging the function properly. For that, you must have some knowledge about different functions. Okay. So for modulus function below 1 by 2, greater than 1 by 2, how function changes its value. So these are the basic things, okay, which you have to learn, which you have to know. Okay, these all come by practice. Okay. So thank you all. Right. In the next video, we'll discuss some more problems of this chapter. Clear? Thank you all.